This is the Berman Method podcast featuring Dr. Jake Berman and physician assistant Jenni Berman. We are here to treat problems and not symptoms. Disclaimer, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only and not to treat anyone or to give medical advice. If you are interested in any information that we are giving and would like to use this for yourself, we recommend that you contact your primary care physician or reach out to us and ask us questions about yourself specifically. Enjoy.
And we're rolling with the Berman Method podcast, where we are focused on treating problems and not symptoms. And we're rolling, baby.
Hello. I think we should take a vote on how many people love your intros.
I think we should do that. How do you want to go about it?
I don't know. I wish it was like real time, like social media, where we could post a poll and people respond to it. But you can't do that on podcasts.
0 out of 10. How many of you loved Jake's intro?
So how do we do it? I guess they just have to email or DM us on social media.
Just let us know the next time you're in the office. Jake, I really loved your intro. Or Jake, didn't like that one so much. You need to work on it.
So, happy Monday.
Dr. Jake Berman here with my co-host, JBB.
Jenni Berman, physician assistant.
Jenni Bear Berman, for those of you who are close friends with her.
JBB.
JBB, What is happening?
It's Monday. It was a beautiful weekend.
Is it February?
February.
The countdown is on for baby number 2.
It's baby month.
It's baby month. The baby is allegedly due February 28th. We're having another poll where we've got a massive competition because we did a kind of teaser poll you did with, is it going to be a boy or a girl or this, that, and the other? This month we're doing an official competition, meaning that if you guess the baby's due date, time, weight, sex, height.
What? Height? No.
Hair or no hair.
This is getting intense.
And then icing on the cake. What's the name going to be?
Oh, my word. Come on. You don't even know the name.
You don't have to get them all right.
Oh.
It's whoever gets the most right.
Is the winner of credit?
Yeah, they're going to get $500 in credit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get it all right, you're going to get $5,000 in credit.
Name included.
No, the name is just extra credit.
Oh, okay.
If you guess the birthday, the birth time, height, weight,
Gender.
sex, hair, no hair.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, so we did gender, birth date, and birth weight on the poll that we have going for the Berman Health and Wellness side. So the Berman Physical Therapy side can be a little more challenging, I suppose. That's fine.
Well, the stakes are higher. It's $5,000 we're talking about here.
It's a lot of money. So, yeah, it's officially baby month.
Yeah, this is exciting. The countdown is on.
We finally pulled out some clothes to wash.
Some baby clothes.
Baby clothes to wash. And the baby swing, we got that back out.
The swing, the baby bathtub.
The bathtub.
So we're actually prepared now.
In a car seat.
Car seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can actually bring a baby home.
Yeah.
So we're moving in the right direction.
I thought that we were just going to strap that thing to your chest like we do on the boat.
And drive it home.
Yeah, the kangaroo pouch thing.
Yeah. If only the hospital would let you leave like that. So, well, we're taking steps in the right direction now.
Yeah.
A little more delayed than last time, but it's all right.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say. First kid, it's like everything's got to be right and everything's got to be perfect. The second kid, it'll be okay if it's good enough. And the third kid's like, wait a minute, there's another one coming?
We need a car seat?
Car seat?
What? Yeah. Although we were actually just talking about this, that we didn't even put Stella's dresser together until the week we found out that I had to be induced early and she was coming early.
Yeah, you keep saying that. It's just the dresser. Everything else was done.
That's true.
Everything.
We had a lot of things done, but no dresser.
Diapers were stacked in the closet. We don't even have diapers yet.
I bought a pack this weekend, actually.
Oh.
First pack of newborn diapers. We have one pack.
Okay.
That's all I bought.
Well, hopefully we get to use the newborn diapers and don't have to use the preemie diapers this time.
Yeah, it's true. All right.
Good.
Yeah.
So how's that for an intro? Nice little 5-minute intro there.
Yeah.
Okay, so since it's February, we both wanted to talk about some things to keep you on track. We're going to do a 2-part series. So today we're going to talk about health and wellness type things. And then next week, we're going to talk about physical health type things. And because it's February, there's a lot of people, actually the majority of Americans are starting to lose motivation on their New Year's resolutions, the new year, new you, all this hoorah rah. All the new gym memberships are going to start getting less utilized starting in February. So we wanted to give you 3 really simple tips on how you can maintain momentum, consistency, discipline as you go forward.
Right. Discipline was the biggest word that I want to be taken away from today. Is it's not motivation, it's discipline.
Right. Motivation, anybody can be motivated. Motivation without action is irrelevant.
Right. Or you don't have to be motivated to be able to stay disciplined.
Yeah, I was not motivated this morning.
Right. Right. And nobody is ever going to be motivated every single day of the week, every week of the year, every minute of your workout. You're not going to be motivated 100% of the time. But if you are staying disciplined, then that's what matters.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I was not motivated at all this morning, but disciplined enough to keep doing to start doing what I needed to do. Then at the end of the workout, I'm like, okay, I feel great now. I'm glad that I didn't get back in bed. Not that that was really an option.
Right. But, and I always like to think about Tunde from Peloton always says the first 10 minutes of anything is the hardest. The first 10 minutes of work, the first 10 minutes of waking up in the morning, the first 10 minutes of your workout, the first 10 minutes of your grocery shopping or making the grocery list, whatever it is, that first 10 minutes is hard because that's where the mind-body connection is happening. The mind and the body are still trying to connect and get on the same wavelength and get on the same page. But once we get through that and we stay disciplined enough to continue on and allow that connection to happen, it gets much easier, number one. And number two, we always feel better when it's done.
Yes. Okay. Great. So let's start with your 3 tips on how to keep disciplined into February and ultimately into the entire year from a health and wellness standpoint.
Yes. And I like these 3 because it's what I do for myself. People always ask me, how do you stay so disciplined or how do you stay so motivated? And again, it's not about motivation, but how do you stay on track 365 days a year? And my first rebuttal is it's not 365 days a year, but it's 90% of the time we're on track. And that other 10%, we may not be 1,000% in our workout. We may not be 1,000% on our meal plan. We may not be 1,000% on getting our adequate sleep and rest cycle. But if we're 90% on and 10% off, we're going to be able to stay in that mindset and staying disciplined. So That's first thing. But to get into the 3 tips of what I try to maintain for myself and my family to keep us disciplined on a healthy lifestyle, the first thing that we do is every Sunday, I decide what meals we're going to have for the week. So, what are our dinners going to be? What are our snacks going to be? And something that we do that maybe not everyone can do is we eat the same snacks all week. So, our morning snack is the same Monday through Friday. Our afternoon snack is the same Monday through Friday for 1 week. And then the next week, those snacks change. So, our meal plan is pretty consistent as far as snacks go during the week, but then the next week, new ideas, new variety, new snacks come about. So that way we're not consuming the same thing day in, day out for weeks on end. So to go back on Sundays, I decide, okay, we cook dinner on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we usually have leftovers. So I actually sit down in my phone and I write out, okay, what meals are we going to have for dinner on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and what are our 2 snacks for the week going to be? I then make our grocery list. So based off of the meals that I picked out for the week and the snacks that I picked out for the week, I create our grocery list. Of course, add things for breakfast, add things for Stella, add things for the mouthwash or the toothpaste or whatever else that we need. And we get our grocery shopping done on Sunday. As far as the grocery shopping goes, if we're traveling, we're not home, we order our groceries. There's no excuse that your groceries are not here when you get home from your trip on Sundays. We order the groceries or we go pick them up, or I will actually go and do the shopping if we're in town. So that is the first most important thing for me to be able to be prepared for the week.
Let's get a little clarification there on we cook, you cook. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we eat leftovers for dinner on Thursday, and then we'll go out to eat Friday and usually Saturday. So having the discipline to block 15, 20 minutes of your Sunday to plan out 4 meals and then make the grocery list for those 4 meals is the most challenging part that leads to the most success of this plan, right?
Right.
So we don't want to underestimate what the actual tactical thing is you have to block off 15 to 20 minutes of your day on Sunday so that you can plan out the meals and then plan out the ingredient list so that you can actually execute it when you go to the store.
Right. And people always say, I don't have that much time on Sunday to meal prep. We don't meal prep all of our meals on Sundays. We, different families, different things work for different families. And it doesn't work for me to spend my whole Sunday making 4 different meals and having the meals prepared in the fridge for the week. Instead, what we do is we do the grocery shopping. We have all the ingredients to make the meals. And each day during the week, I make the meal that we had planned out. Now, I will say we use our crock pot, Instant Pot, or air fryer almost every day during the week. At least 3 out of the 4 days that I'm cooking during the week, we're using an Instant Pot, a crock pot, or an air fryer because it's fast. It's easy. I can set it in the morning. I spend 20 minutes cutting up vegetables, maybe not even 20 minutes. 10 minutes, cutting up vegetables, getting the meat ready, mixing things, whatever it is, throw it in the crock pot, set it, forget it. When we get home, dinner is ready. Because I know for many families, including us, there isn't enough time to cook in the evening times. We walk in the door at 5:45 and Stella wanted her plate on the table at 5:30. So, we have to make sure that we have things that we can eat when we walk in the door.
I think that is a major, major stressor for so many people is coming home and still having to cook. I mean, I can't even imagine if all 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we got home and you still had to cook. We wouldn't be eating until 8 o'clock most likely. And that's what a lot of families choose to do. However, it doesn't have to be that way because the prep time is what takes the most time usually. And when you can utilize the crock pot and the Instant Pot and even the air fryer, it is essentially a lifesaver for us.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. So that way, again, when we walk in the door, the food's already ready. I might have to heat up some vegetables or throw some veggies in the oven while we take the dogs for a quick walk and then come back. But majority of the meal is ready. And that is super helpful. It prevents you from stopping and picking something up on the way home, right?
Yeah.
If you know dinner is ready, if you get out of the office late, traffic is horrible, and you're running late getting home, to think about the fact that you still have to cook a 30 or 45-minute meal, of course, why wouldn't you stop and get something for the family quickly on the way home? But to already have it done for when you walk in the door, it's going to prevent that.
Good. What's
So,
number 2?
going on to number 2, my next thing that I try to do every single day is move my body for at least 10 minutes, if not 20 minutes or more a day. And the reason for that is not because physical activity burns calories. That's not the point of it, although, for some people that's really important. But physical activity increases the endorphins and the serotonin, the positive hormones from our brain. So it helps with stress response, helps with producing melatonin and sleep cycle, helps with just releasing the positive energy within our system by moving our body for at least 10 minutes every day.
This is so important, especially for our northern listeners during the wintertime. What was it? One of the days one of these weekends on a Saturday, it was freaking cold, really cold for us, for Naples.
Yeah.
Meaning I think the high was 60, but it was a 25 mile an hour wind. So it was cold. I did not want to be outside. And when you get cooped up in the house because it's cold outside, you just don't feel good. So it's like, okay, let's force ourselves to go outside and go for a walk, 15-minute walk with the dogs and come back. And it's like, oh, wow, I actually feel better now. So don't underestimate the positive effects of just moving for even 10 minutes will do.
Right. And that's, it's, I was actually thinking of something different when you were talking and now I lost it, but moving your body for 10 minutes, 2 times a day, 3 times a day, if you have the ability to do that or the time to do that, is awesome. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes all in a row. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes of high intensity or 45 minutes. We even talk to our clients who will get up and do a 30-minute workout in the morning, and then I'll encourage them after lunch or after dinner, go for a 10-minute walk and get some other steps in, not only to help with the mental aspect of it, but also for blood sugar stability. Walking 10 minutes after your meal can really help with glucose metabolism or blood sugar metabolism, breaking down the sugar from your meal, even if your meal is healthy. It helps with our body being able to utilize the fuel. And that's 10 minutes of a low intensity walk. We don't need to be getting our heart rate up for an extended period of time. So this 10 minutes of movement is really effective for our brain, for our hormones, for our vitamin levels, but also for glucose metabolism as well. And like you were saying, I'm going to go off on that a little bit more, is when you feel better, you make better decisions.
Yes.
So that's my tip number 2. Move your body for at least 10 minutes every single day.
Every day.
And outside if you can. Because
Yes.
outside's going to release more of those positive hormones, going to get your mind away from the television, get your mind away from social media, get you some vitamin D, hopefully, if there's any sun shining at this point. Oh, I know what I was going to say earlier. The seasonal defective disorder is real.
What?
Seasonal? So
Seasonal defective disorder?
Right.
Never heard of that.
So it's where during the winter seasons, depression rates are much, much higher. More individuals feel more depressed during the winter season than the rest of the year. And it is a true scientific diagnosis because of individuals, especially up north, being cooped up inside for months on end where they can't get outside or the sun is not shining, so they're not getting enough vitamin D. And vitamin D is one of the most important vitamins to help with preventing depression and anxiety. So it's a combination of them being indoors, not getting vitamin D, not being able to get activity if they don't have alternative solutions when they can't get outside because of the snow, and just not being able to activate their brain and positive hormones. So this is the time. This is the time where that starts to sneak in, because we're a month into the wicked winter season, especially up north, and we start to lose that discipline of eating healthy meals and moving our body. And this isn't part of the science, but in my opinion, something that plays into this is in the wintertime, we often go for comfort foods. Jake Berman. And what are comfort foods? A lot of times high in sugar, high in carbohydrates.
Yeah.
It jeopardizes our blood sugar stability. So the higher blood sugar we have, the higher our cortisol, which is a stress hormone. It's a cascade effect.
Ooh.
So yes, more depression, more anxiety comes from that, because we're not moving our body, because we're not getting vitamin D, because we're going for higher sugar and carbohydrate meals.
Okay, touche. Let's move on.
Jeez.
What's number 3?
Are your feelings hurt?
No.
All right, so we have planning our meals and getting the grocery shopping done. We have moving our body for 10 minutes every day. And my tip number 3, which is so important for every single person out there, professional or non-professional, is have someone to hold you accountable.
Ooh. Arguably the most important one.
Yeah. Well, I would say so. Yeah. Just because it's listed number 3 does not mean it's third important. Yeah. It's just, that's...
Maybe we should did reverse order, 3, 2, 1.
Maybe. But having somebody to hold you accountable, whether this is a life coach, this is a cookbook that you can follow that helps with keeping your meals healthy and protein packed and vegetable fiber packed, or if it's a spouse that's helping to hold you accountable, which is more challenging.
That's very challenging.
When it's
I
your
don't
spouse.
like that one at all.
You're nixing that one?
I'm not nixing it. I just don't like that one because it's very challenging for a lot of people.
It is. Yeah, it is. It is. It's that fine line.
Yeah, you hear nagging. You don't hear coaching.
Right. It can be an app. So
apps are good.
We utilize the Peloton app when we ride our indoor bike at home. We don't have a Peloton bike, but we have an indoor bike that we'll use for the Peloton app. Or there's apps that help with tracking your meals and your macros.
Hold on. Elaborate a little bit, because what does the app mean? The thing that I notice on the app is when you open it up, it'll say you've got 6 days of activity in a row.
Right.
And then that's something that isn't a motivator. When you see that, it's like, okay, that was cool. That feels good. So then I'm going to stay disciplined to do it for a 7th day in a row because I don't want to reset it again.
Right. Right. Or reaching that 100th class or the 250th class with different gyms that you may be a part of. Like here in town, we have Burn Boot Camp or Spenga, or there's Build, which is a newer gym here, but they count how many classes you've attended. And so you get rewarded for achieving certain goals. You get recognized for achieving certain goals. So maybe having a fitness center to keep you accountable to how many classes you've done, or the macro tracking app that tracks how many days in a row you've written down the food that you're eating. Or maybe it's a coaching group like our health and wellness business, where we have a nutritionist on staff and we have a physician assistant on staff that's helping to coach you and guide you and helping you to make modifications to your lifestyle journey, whether it's supplement-based, medication-based, or just meal plan-based.
That's probably the biggest thing, because there's so many people that do business with us, both upstairs and downstairs, that know what they need to do.
Right.
I mean, you just know. It's the accountability that you're paying for, right? So many times people don't come to do business with us to be educated. I mean, there is a component of it. However, there becomes a point where you know what to do. What you're really exchanging money for is accountability, meaning that when you exchange money, you pay for something, you're going to do it.
Right. Right.
Because we're going to hold you accountable to it. You feel guilty because you paid for something and now you're cheating yourself. That's the thing that you really pay for, is you're paying for accountability.
In almost any world, when you pay for something coaching wise, whether it's a personal trainer, fitness or nutrition guidance or whatever it is, you're paying for the accountability, but also the ability to change up what you're doing. So a lot of us, when we don't have that accountability factor and we're trying to stick with a healthy meal, we get stuck eating the same thing every single day, every single week, because we know it and it's easy and it's keeping us on track. But our body needs change. It needs muscular confusion. It needs metabolic confusion, meaning we need new ideas for recipes and snacks. We need new ideas for exercise. And again, the accountability factor of having a coach is helpful for that part too, to make sure that you are giving your body everything it needs.
I love it. One thing I want to add to accountability, because it's so relevant, is the more you pay, the more accountable you're going to be held to it. Meaning that if you decide you're going to sign up for Planet Fitness, what does it cost for a monthly membership at Planet Fitness?
$10.
$10 a month. Now, this is not a knock on Planet Fitness at all. I'm just trying to get a point across. When your gym membership is $10 a month, who cares if you miss a month or 2 or 6? Okay, I wasted $60. You're going to waste that at happy hour.
Right.
Easily, you're going to waste that at happy hour in one night. So who cares if you do it? However, if you go to one of these higher end gyms that's costing $150 to $250, sometimes $300 a month, then you're there.
Right.
At least on a weekly basis. If you miss a week, you feel really guilty.
Right. Right. And it's not about feeling guilt as much as feeling the accountability of maintaining your healthy lifestyle. Guilt's not what you want somebody to feel to be able to maintain a discipline.
Well, I think you need to feel guilty initially until you're disciplined. Like now, we don't feel guilt when we don't feel guilt when we miss. We're just disciplined. We're like, oh shit, I screwed that one up. I'll get it right next time. I missed yesterday. Okay, well, I'll make it up tonight, or I'll do twice as hard tomorrow because I'm disciplined now. However, not everybody starts off you can't just turn on a discipline switch. So I think having that initial guilt helps people to get into the rhythm of doing it over and over again. And then there's going to be a point where it's not a guilty thing. It's like, okay, I have to go do this because that's who I am now. I am now a disciplined person versus an undisciplined person.
Well, and you'd realize how much better you feel when you do it. And so I know in my world, when we are on trips and we're not eating as clean or we're not in the gym, we feel it. Our energy is not as good. Our sleep is not as good. Our mood it tends to fall off at some point. So we just don't feel the way we do, like as good as we do when we're on track.
Yeah. A perfect example of this is every time we go out west or to the Midwest on a hunting trip, it's for a week minimum. And the exercise routine is definitely different out there. The eating routine's different. We go to the Bahamas in the summertime for a week, and the people that we go with, they are there for 2 or 3 weeks, and we're more than welcome to stay there for longer. However, when we get a week into anywhere, we just feel bad because our routine is so different that it's just not worth it to us anymore because we're psychologically not enjoying it anymore.
Right. We're getting impacted.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
All right. All 3 again. Let's do it in reverse order this time. So number 3.
Accountability of some kind.
I say go in the reverse order. So we'll say number 1's accountability.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted 3. Like that was the first one. That's important. Okay. Number 3 then is planning your meals and getting your grocery shopping done on Sunday.
Yep. or whatever Sunday is to you in your world, because retired people, every day is a Saturday, right?
Right.
So spending 15 to 20 minutes to plan out your meals and ingredient lists so that you can go execute it at the grocery store.
Correct.
Number 2.
Move your body for 10 minutes every day, asterisk outside if possible.
Perfect. That's simple. And then number 1, the most important one.
Accountability of some kind to someone.
Perfect. I love it.
And we're going to have part 2 of this next week.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the
physical aspect.
Yeah, the physical aspect, because it's not easy.
Perfect.
Yep. All right.
Okay, ciao for now. Thank you for subscribing on your social media and podcast platforms to the Berman Method. Dr. Jake Berman with Berman Physical Therapy and Jenni Berman, Physician Assistant with Berman Health and Wellness. You can find more information on our website, www.bermanpt.com for physical therapy, bermanpt.com/wellness for the health and wellness. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and on your podcast platform. So be sure to follow us, like us, subscribe to us. And if you would like any further information, definitely visit our website and reach out to us. You may also find our free reports on the websites as well, where you can download this free information for yourself. Have a great day.